So we now have a score for Roger Fitzharding and Weltzone. Roger, very pleased with his performance, keeping the spooky Weltzone well and truly under control, looking confident, but making the piaffe very much forward and little problems in the counter pirouettes. Score of 58.648 and into third of those first four competitors. We will bring you results as they come to hand. Our next competitor, the well-known coach, Charlotte Pedersen, riding the imported Dunkerque by Blue Horse Don Chuffreau. Charlotte, originally from Denmark, well-known in Australia as a coach and producer of Grand Prix horses. Just a year or two ago, riding the very lovely Come On stallion. Come On gelding.
Anybody who may have misplaced their smartphone, there's been a smartphone found in the ladies' toilet. It can be collected at the broadcast point just outside the toilet.
The bell has rung at sea. It's the bell being rung now, and Charlotte ready to enter at A. Very interesting markings with Dunkerque. A marking sometimes seen on Arabian horses. All sorts of wonderful stories of what the significance might mean of the red marking down the shoulders, and in this horse's case, I believe, over the loins a little as well. Sometimes known as Jacob's blanket, something about biblical stories and a sheep being carried on the horse's back. Into the extended trot. Charlotte working to get the energy from behind. Dunkerque quite new to Grand Prix. Little hesitation in the transition and little against the hand there. Oops, such a shame. Blue Horse Don Chuffreau, ridden with great success for Denmark and known for his very obedient performance. Dunkerque proving somewhat difficult, and this is the problem with the Grand Prix. Things come up so quickly, so difficulties there on the short side and no chance really to get into the first of the trot half passes. This one to the right, both the trot half passes, multiplier of 2. She's trying to get it all sorted before she goes into the left trot half pass to start with but there we go, into the left half pass, and unfortunately now taking an error of course here by doing a circle. So by choice, and her first attempt will be judged. That's the really frowned upon, although Charlotte probably had no choice there, so she chose to take an error to have a second attempt. The judges unfortunately must only mark the first attempt, and as the horse was resisting severely and having a little chat to the judge at sea, it seemed some hesitation here. Hard to know just what took place there between the judge at sea, Mrs. Mary Seafried, and Charlotte Pedersen. But as she did do the circle, there's clearly a deduction of 2 points for an error, of course, intentional or not. And while she's riding another trot half pass, this will not be marked. Just what was discussed as the Charlotte was at sea, we may find out later. Coming now for the Holt Rainback, so difficult to know as the judge appeared to intervene at that point. Perhaps this attempt will be judged for the Rainback. Little hesitation going forward. And into the extended trot. Oh dear, oh dear. So the judge at C has rung the bell, and there is provision in the rules when a horse does not seem to be up to the standard required in the test for the judge to ask the rider to finish, and in this case, unfortunately, elimination will be recorded rather than retired. The rider has that option too, but as a trainer, sometimes it's important that to stay with it until the horse finds his equilibrium and is able to perform the test. So we now have the judges from the neighbouring boxes having now stepped across to discuss with the judge at C. The judges work as a team, but only one judge is at C, and it's their responsibility to make these decisions as to what is an error of course and what is not, what should be judged and what should not, if the horse and rider must be eliminated due to leaving the arena or a fall or not being up to the standard required, or even if there's lameness. In these extreme situations, the rider also has the choice, and in most cases will make the decision themselves to retire. But as I mentioned before, Charlotte, a very experienced trainer, and one did feel that this horse was just playing, being a little bit of a toddler and trying it on, so to speak. So Charlotte obviously making the decision to stay and see if he would come to the party and work with her. It wasn't to be, and the judge at C unfortunately had no option but to ring the bell.